right, man, it's leaked out that Chauncey Billups has been elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame isn't as prestigious as the Pro Football Hall of Fame, just off the fact that the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame takes the cumulative, I believe, of your whole career, high school, college, and the professionals. So it seemed like everybody kind of get into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Even though it's far less participants, on the team compared to the NBA. But also, congratulations to Vince Carter. I've always been a fan. He gave me the best dunk contest that I ever witnessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. Him, McGrady, Stevie Franchise. A lot of shout out to Stevie Francis, too. I think he got to be one of the few only players in history who never attended college or never played high school basketball. Yeah, never played high school basketball and made it to the NBA. Yeah, go check out this story. It's crazy, right? Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So shout out to him, man. I know in Portland they rebuilding and they want to blame the coach and all that stuff. It's tough to win in the NBA when you don't have talent. Matter of fact, it's tough to win in the NBA when you got talent because, real quick, because don't nobody know how to play without the basketball no more. But nonetheless, man, I mean, shoot, Chauncey Billups, if you don't know, was 5-time All-Star. I think he 2-time NBA All-Defensive Team. I think 2 or 3 times NBA All-Third Team, Finals MVP, NBA champion, Mr. Basketball Colorado 3 times. He was a big deal. My dad was living there at the time, and Chauncey Billups was a really good player. People forget he was the 3rd pick in the '97 draft, and I think he's a winner and a Hall of Famer off the rip because his career didn't go how people thought it was going to go. You got to remember, 3rd pick, 97 in Boston. He was more of a scoring guard. So you got to understand, guys like, when Gilbert Arenas talk about guard play, he's anti-true point guard. One of the reasons why is he's anti-true point guard because when you had guys like Chauncey Billups, Gilbert Arenas, when you had those scoring type of guards, they were exiled in the game of basketball. Believe it or not, Isaiah Thomas was a scorer. Believe it or not, Isaiah Thomas scaled back his game offensively a lot for the Pistons to win. So a lot of people don't really know that. Isaiah could have averaged 30, 35 points back then a game. He could have averaged 30, 35 points back then a game. Real talk. And he scaled his game back, and Chauncey came into the league, and they would try to make guys like Chauncey and, before Gilbert got there, they would make these guys try to make them into point guards first, and they were naturally scoring guards. Now, if they was 3 or 4 or 5 inches taller, 3 or 4 inches taller, they'd be 2 guards, and that's why Allen Iverson really was categorized as a 2 guard playing next to Eric Snow and Aaron McKee. That's my favorite player of all time, if you don't know that. It's Iverson, by far. Kevin Garnett, Kobe, my top 3 favorite all time. I think like Reggie Miller, Tim Duncan would not be too far after that, but them somewhat my five guys. So he bounced around, man, and at the end of the day, I think the best thing that happened to him was Rick Carlisle and Larry Brown. I think Rick Carlisle kind of got him, because he wasn't even playing. He got him some confidence. And I think sitting down and not playing so much, it just took maturity, And he really had to learn how to play the position. And Rick taught him how to play the position. He took care of the basketball. And one of the things that he mastered, even though these type of point guards ain't around no more, really, I mean, can you even say Chris Paul is still around, really? Closest thing left is still like LeBron James. And LaMelo Ball don't play a lot. Lonzo don't play a lot. They really the last of the dying breed of true point guards. And Tyrese Halliburton. So the light-skinned trio, Lonzo, LaMelo, and Tyrese. Those are like the last 3 I can think of true point guards, right? Chauncey Billups was the last of a dying breed, and what he figured out how not to turn the ball over. He figured out when to score, when to facilitate, commit on the defensive side of the floor. And once he figured all that out, it was a wrap. He didn't turn the ball over. When they needed to score, he scored. And let's talk about the numerous big shots he made. You know, that half court shot to send it to overtime versus New Jersey, that was crazy. Just at the crib watching that. So he was a big time player, man. He made big time plays. And once he mastered the position of point guard, I mean, I know in his mind, if he feel like he mastered it earlier, his career probably would have went a lot better. But definitely a fan favorite. I actually got a Chauncey bobblehead and kind of got broke. I got to glue that shit back together. My uncle gave me for when they won the 04 championship. It's somewhere in there. My Reggie Jackson bobblehead. Don't judge. They was giving them out for free. But I mean, a terrific player. Would love to see him come back and coach the Pistons. When I was covering the Big Three, he was there. Yeah, he was in the back media room. So, you know, just nice guy. Never heard nothing bad about him. You know, like I said, he was Mr. Basketball in Colorado 3 years in a row. Michigan, you only can win it once. Michigan got a lot of childish high school rules. I was listening to Jason Richardson kind of say that they wasn't letting them compete back in the day in some of the All-American games or something due to a high school rule or whatever. Like, you should be able to win Mr. Basketball as much as possible. Take the kiddie training wheels off, honestly. I think Mr. PSL, you got to be a senior too. No, fuck that. The best player should win. Regardless of grades or class, the best player should win it. That's why I see a lot of these guys go off to these prep schools because of some of these state laws they got. But yeah, nonetheless, man, shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to him, man. You know, definitely be watching. Shout out to Ben, he in there. We see if Rip can get in there. Rashid should get in there if he's not in there already. You know, I'm not sure about Tayshaun, but man, Tayshaun, I gotta get this poster blew up one day. It's gonna hang in my house when he ran down Reggie Miller. That's my favorite Piston play. That was way better than the Brian block, in my opinion. Where he came from, that was bananas. That was bananas. That's my favorite Piston play of all time. Even Grant dunking on Blonzo and the Chauncey Billups half-court shot to send the Jersey game into overtime. That block was my favorite Piston play of all time. You know, and my favorite NBA Finals of all time is the Pistons sticking it to the Lakers. I told everybody in their mama. I cleaned up on that one. I told everybody their mama what was about to happen. We should have swept their ass, too, if it wasn't for that shot Kobe made. Yep. Wasn't nothing but excuse making and sour tears being poured after that series. Well, it wasn't, man. They had 4 Hall of Famers. Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, and Kobe. Just to name a few. Maybe Derek Fisher get in there for banging niggas' wives. But you know what? That was a backhanded compliment. I don't mess with dudes like Cuz. Like, I like him as his basketball game. But like how you move with women, dude, I don't respect that. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. Hit the link tree, find me everywhere. Peace.